this Sunday, I apologize to Salt and Pepper in advance, but this Sunday is AEW Dynasty. Put that over my face.
Yeah. Are they gonna show more security footage on the pay-per-view?
They may have to. Yo, 12 matches for real is a lot of matches for a night of pro wrestling.
That's a lot. Let's see. What can
every title.
Yo,
Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal. We can Sunday. Get rid of.
Wait. Oh, we're removing matches. So
I'm taking Trent Beretta versus Matt Sydal out.
We have to keep STP versus Orange Cassidy and Shibata.
I'm actually very interested in that one.
We kind of have to keep the Acclaimed.
Yes.
Versus Bullet Club.
Copeland, Mark Briscoe, House of Black. That's the trio. We can get rid of the trios match, I guess.
We could probably get rid of that.
The Hook Chris Jericho match. Okay, hold on. Let's put a pin on that one for a second, because Hook versus Chris Jericho, I don't want to see it. I'm a fan of Hook. I think that they've done wrong by Hook by keeping him with his fake daddy title for the past 3 years now. It's can we get this title off of him and put a real fucking belt on this kid? But he's not even a kid anymore. It's been
he's a kid.
He's a kid.
Now. You said that right.
You just sowed his fate, though, huh?
Yeah,
losing that title.
Yeah, he sealed his fate.
Because they just added that match.
Chris Jericho's gonna be walking around with the fuck the world Taz title.
It's the FTW rules match.
Y'all want stories, and that's like the one story they've been telling on the TV for the last however many weeks. Just saying. But I mean, I'll take that match over Roderick Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would too, because this Undisputed Kingdom thing is. I think it's a complete failure to launch. I think it's
bad.
It hasn't gotten off to the way they wanted it to. I think they rushed it out, even though I know they've been waiting on it for a while. So it's weird, right? Because Adam Cole was injured, they had to wait, and then they waited too long. And instead of being you know what, we'll just put this on the shelf and wait till he's fully recovered, they instead were okay, we're just going to launch it anyway. No, and nobody cares about it. They're not as interesting, and the faction name isn't as interesting. That's it's the little things, people. It's the little things. You call the group the Undisputed Kingdom,
right?
Which is literally the last two names of Adam Cole's last two factions.
I don't like it.
And you expect me to think that you're doing something new and innovative?
But y'all love
them. Get the fuck out of here.
But y'all love them.
Know this shit.
Me personally, I never liked Adam Cole. I thought he was the same guy in NXT as he was in ROH, which was
Adam
just
Cole.
Fine.
Sean Tragedy said he gonna be back for a while. Y'all love Adam Cole, so y'all
he's not gonna be back for a while. So you gonna deal with Matt Taven and Mike Bennett?
That sinks Wardlow. That sinks all of them, right? Because
it was Wardlow.
He ain't on this pay-per-view, huh? He is not on this card at all.
Listen. Sorry. So the next match is Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale. I think we all want to see that.
We all want to see that because we know Willow's going to win, and that's going to set up Willow and Mercedes, which is going to be good. Although I wish they would have given Mercedes a match on this card because she needs to actually fucking do something.
Hold on,
instead of just standing around every.
Let's go to the salt shaker. Let's go to the salt shaker.
I'm sorry.
Toyota Monyet been working my nerves.
Oh no.
Let's hear from them, Vin. Hold on.
Well, she can't wrestle, right?
I don't know.
I don't
know if that's been preferred. I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Has she been cleared?
Well, if she hasn't been cleared, she should not have been debuted yet.
All of these are question marks until they figure out what's going on.
You know what, Vin? I like you, Vin. Because Vin, we do need a DJ in Salt and Pepper. We did.
Vinderella.
There we go.
I'm putting Vinderella on the list of names for the episode. I don't care what nobody says.
Salt, pepper, and Vinderella.
No, but I mean, I think as Vin was saying, I think
they've been fucking blowing smoke up their own ass this past week. Not this week, but last week with the whole security footage.
Yeah.
And who? And the security footage aired, and it was okay, so this is exactly what CM Punk said it was. And there was no winner in that because you only had a certain amount of outcomes it could have been. So one, if it was showing something incriminating about CM Punk, okay, like what does that do for anyone in this feud right now that you're talking about someone in a completely different company? And then the outcome that could have been, which was the one that did happen, is that it was a big nothing burger, and now Tony Khan looks like a huge wuss because it's like, oh, I feared for my life, and you're thinking like, oh, what happened? What did CM Punk do? CM Punk like peered his head behind Gorilla and like stared him down for a second. Like, you feared for your life? You're the fucking weakling. Like, the buck stops with you. It's your company. Like, grow a pair of fucking balls. Like, I get that. Like, nice is nice. I was telling this to Amelia before. Nice is nice. And for the benefit of the doubt, like, by all accounts, he seems like a very nice guy to the talent that he works with. But nice is nice. If I own the company, I want your respect more than I want you to think I'm nice.
I'm nice. Thank you.
The longer Vin talks, the more we lose sponsorship.
Well, you lost the sponsors about
AEW is gone
6-7 years ago. So Okada Pac is going to be a banger.
That's going to be fire.
I love me some Pac. Oh.
After all this talk and going back to the footages, Young Bucks and FTR in a ladder match better be the best match on that card.
I don't want to see that.
It better, with all the pomp and circumstance, that better be the match of the night. I don't think they can do anything else.
Pomp and circumstance because the feud wasn't about them.
There was footages. There was footages.
It wasn't about
them. It was.
I'm saying they turned some footages into a storyline for the match, and it was the talk of the town for AEW. So I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know what else. Why are there?
I don't know, Justin. Write a letter to TK and let him answer.
Yes.
I'm just all in, and this is why.
I'm sorry to say the Tony Storm Thunder Rosa match. I'm back and forth on the level of care for that compared to some of the other Tony Storm matches that could be going on. But you have to keep Will Ospreay, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
There's nothing but Rasslin in that. That's some real rap right there.
Can I just speak my piece on this Will Ospreay shit?
Talk about it.
I've said this before. I'm gonna say it again. You cannot keep putting Will Ospreay on regular television every week.
They don't know no other way.
It's gonna play itself out, my nigga.
Well, okay, you can put him on TV, but here's what you do: you give him the old school babyface treatment. You should not have him fighting big names on TV every week. So when you go, okay, this week we're gonna do a dream match with him versus Shibata, it's like, why? Have him just squash some local talent if you want to put him on TV every week, because the fans love him. Like they clearly got something.
No, he's amazing.
What local talent can, because he needs somebody that can do the spots.
Yes.
No, you don't. Just don't give that stuff away on free TV.
So
like, listen, you're gonna get you're gonna get amazing matches, but you're gonna have to pay. You have to pay up. Make them want it.
What is Will Ospreay without the spots?
No, you're gonna get the spots, but you're gonna get them on pay per view. You're gonna have to pay to see the dazzling stuff that you can do.
The problem is, at some point, the people who don't watch the British wrestling or the New Japan or everywhere else that Ospreay's been wrestling, they don't know what he looks like, so they have to put him on TV. I'm with Matt. He don't have to wrestle Claudio and wrestle Blase, but like every other week, because Kyle Fletcher, like, they're giving away heat. They've given away like 3 or 4 bangers from Ospreay since he's been in AEW.
I agree,
but at a certain point, he's not with Don Callis really either. Like, he's with the family, but he's out of the family. So he don't really have a mouthpiece, which, like we were saying with Shayna Baszler, I think needs. So if you're not going to get the dope promo, that's not going to be talking about grinding on somebody's stepdaughter or whatever, and you're not going to get the matches with the spots, I don't know what else you're going to get. It's
I don't
Mystique.
I don't know if he needs a mouthpiece, but I think you're speaking to a larger point with AEW, where they don't have the same developmental system as the WWE. So when you bring in Ospreay, and again, people are going to scoff at this, but it's like, This is not from my mouth. This is from guys like Finn Balor who say the exact same thing, where they go, you know what? I came into WWE, and there are little things that I didn't know about doing matches on TV that I learned that helped refine what I do. So again, like, this is not me saying this. This is people who have been there and done that, who are now big stars in WWE saying it. Like, because everyone always has the same critique. Oh, well, Will Ospreay's got to go to NXT to know how to look at the hard cam. It's like, it's not just looking at the hard cam, dumbass. It's about, again, the things that we don't even think about because we're in the audience. We don't have to, we're not on the stage playing to the audience. We are the audience. So we wouldn't need to know any of this.
So you don't like how often, I know this might be a little bit before you, Vin, but how often does anybody recall seeing Hulk Hogan wrestle on Superstars?
Well, that was like rare.
Why?
What? Well, okay. Because they introduced. No, go ahead. I was just gonna say it did change when they introduced Monday Night Raw, though, because then you would start seeing.
Yeah,
that was after Hogan, but you can't help that it was after Hogan. It's just that debuted when it debuted.
So how often did you see the top? I don't want to say seller because I don't know numbers, but how often did you see the top names wrestling?
Fairly, but here's the thing: you wouldn't see them have whole matches. They would get teased, and then at the end of the show, they would come in and squash someone. Or they would like beat the shit out of someone like in a promo segment. Like they give you that little taste to remind you this guy's the top dog, and you want to see what he can really do. You're gonna have to pay up for the pay-per-view.
So you don't think that he was built as this big star, and we believed it because we didn't see him that often?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was back in the 80s and the 70s.
No, I meant Ospreay.
Ospreay. What do you mean specific? Yeah, I'm a little lost.
So well, I think he's saying that if Hulk Hogan was an attraction that Hulk Hogan was built into the attraction partly because we didn't see him all the time.
Well, it made it
right.
It grew
made him a special attraction.
We've seen a lot of Will Ospreay, so at a certain point, there's a dilution of what makes him great because of that. But that's why they want people to be tuning into your pay-per-views and your AEW Dynasties. It's just
right. No, I agree. I think we're on the same page. I think you're just
saying
they shouldn't put him on TV in matches at all. I'm saying you give him a little taste every week.
I'm saying maybe instead of people trying to compare AEW to WCW, maybe AEW should be looking at NXT and figuring out how to get some of these people developed. I'm sorry, but there's some people that need development, and we need to get past this because it's
No, I'm with you, but I don't agree with this because he was a big attraction when we had to stay up to see him at 2 a.m.
Who was
there?
Like, who was doing that?
Salt and Pepper was not doing that. Clearly.
Come on now.
There where?
Over there.
If we over there in the other continent.
No, we were here watching this shit.
Y'all was there watching it, not me.
Yeah, that's why I said we.
Okay, so here's the thing, man, and I'm gonna talk dollars and cents. TNT and TBS ain't worried about you watching it over there. TNT and TBS want to see a number every week. And right now, he's not big enough, and they're not doing what needs to be done to see that number every week.
That's what I'm saying.
But to your point,
he only showing up. He shouldn't show up every week. Whether he showed up every week or once every month.
No, wait. Who are you talking about?
He's talking about Ospreay. But what I'm saying is, to your point, DDM, I think because TNT and TBS they're looking for a certain type of performance, and they're being told that Will Ospreay and Mercedes Moné and all these people are the stars. They're going to say, "Hey, why are they not on the show? They got to be doing something. If that name is a star, we should be seeing some type of traffic coming from."
Well, okay. Here's the other thing that we're not even talking about is that there's marketing is very key as well. And AEW has done a very poor job at marketing their stars because
Right.
I don't know if you remember, like when I don't know if it was the Rampage paper or the
No.
Revolution pay-per-view or a couple of the ones before that, but there was something that came out that like they would send their stars out to do media, and whenever they did that, it kind of woke people up a little bit, and we're like, oh yeah, they got to pay, almost like you're actually telling people you have a show going on. But then there were times where they wouldn't send their guys and gals out when the numbers would be significantly lower. And you look at something like last week, going back to where all they promoted was this security footage. And that same week, you had but were not advertised Mercedes Moné on the show. You had Okada in a match, and you had Will Ospreay doing a segment. And you're not look, and would they have popped a rating? Who knows? But you have to build up to that. WWE didn't get rebuilt in a day, to where they are now. It took like 18 months for them to get to this point to where they are right now. So you gotta like put in the effort. But the fact that you invested in these three people only a month ago, and already like you're just like, oh well, we're not gonna promote them.
I don't know why I don't know if Ospreay can be treated like NWA Ric Flair though, because if Flair's thing was not wrestling and talking, I don't think that's Ospreay.
No, he can't talk.
I don't know what Ospreay's going to do in his segment every week if he's not wrestling.
But this week he does have Bryan Danielson, so
Right.
that's your plus.
Yeah. It'll be the Meltzer 6-star match that he never give Trick Williams. That in 2 months, but like, yeah, that was a banger. But what exactly? He's still with the Callis family. Anyway, we need to get out of here. I don't know what else we can do tonight, but
we're not gonna speak on the last match.
What's the last match?
Oh, all right.
I figured there was a last. I mean, something will probably happen at the end of that show. I'm not going to hold you.
All right, say less.
But I'll say this: if what the fans are thinking is supposed to happen doesn't happen, I don't want to hear nothing about it. I really don't, because realistically, Yo should have been doing whatever he's supposed to be doing a couple months back. It already feels like it may be past his time.
Too little, too late.
Repo Man face.
No. The Repo Man should have been the champion. And if the Repo Man doesn't have the title by Sunday night, I'm not saying that people are going to go crazy or nothing like that. I'm not sure what y'all doing.
Repo Man.
Repo Man.